morning, class. Okay, may I request everyone to please stand. Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord. Let us say in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sins against us. Do not lead us to the last, but deliver us from evil. Amen. And the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Once again, good morning, class. Okay, before you take your seat, I'd like you to arrange your chairs and pick up some pieces under your chairs. Okay, if you're done, you may now take your seat. Okay, how are you, class? Very good. I'm glad to hear that from you. And before anything else, allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Martes Blasio, your teacher for today. Okay, are you ready for our class? But before that, I'd like to know if anyone is absent today. Okay, very good and very glad to hear that from you. Meaning to say, all of you are present for our discussion. Okay, and are you ready for our discussion? Okay. But before anything else, let's have first our classroom rules. Our classroom rules has the abbreviation of MARGA. And for maintain respect. Show respect if someone is talking. Show respect to your teachers and to your classmates ideas. A for act responsibly. Be responsible with all your things inside the classroom. Be responsible as well with all your own learnings. Next is R. Raise your hand. Okay, if you want to say something, if you have any suggestions and clarifications, just raise your hands. And if you want to participate as well, just raise your hand for you to be catered. And besides, if you want to go to the CR, just also raise your hand. Next is I. Inspire positivity. Attract positivity. Show support to your classmates and that you can have a positive atmosphere in the classroom. Next is A for always do your best. Okay, always remember in everything that you will do, always try to exert your very effort so that you can perform well and you can have the good output. Okay, any questions about our classroom rules? None so far. Very good. So, before we dive into our very discussion, let's have first our short activity. It is just to test your mind, okay? And I want you to get a 1/4 sheet of paper. And here is the direction. In your 1/4 sheet of paper, I'd like you to make, I would like you to write hi if the person in the situation is doing good or helpful. Okay? Right time if the scenario is showing good. Okay? Jealous, right? Jealous if that person feels angry or envious. Okay? Right? Jealous if the person feels angry or envious of others. And right fair if the person is being just, equal, or respectful to others. Okay, like we just write whether it is kind, jealous, or fair. And here is the scenario. Number 1, you see your classmate drop their pencil case, so you help them pick it up. Is it kind, jealous, or fair? Okay, number 2. Your friend gets a higher grade than you and you feel angry. So, your friend gets a higher grade than you and you feel angry. Is it fair, is it kind, or is it jealous? Okay, number 3. You and your classmates both work hard, so your teacher gives you the same grade. Again, you and your classmate both work hard, so your teacher gives you the same grade. Identify whether it is kind, jealous, or fair. Okay, number 4. You share your lunch with a hungry classmate. You share your lunch with a hungry classmate. And number 5, you don't talk to your friend because they have new shoes and you don't. Number 5, you don't talk to your friend because they have new shoes and you don't. Please write if it is jealous, kind, or fair. Okay, are you done? You may now check your own papers and we have here the answers. For number 1, that is fine. Number 2, that is jealous. Number 3 is fair. Number 4 is kind. And number 5 is jealous. You may now keep your papers inside your bag. Okay. You don't have any questions? Or do you have any questions and clarifications about our activity? If not, okay, very good. So, what actions from the situation shows kindness? Okay, anyone from the class? Rhea. That's very good. It is in a situation where your classmate shared her or his lunch to his or her hungry classmates. Another is you see your classmate drop their pencil case, so you help them pick it up. And those actions or scenarios shows kindness. Okay. Questions number 2. Why do you think fairness is important between friends and classmates? Yes, Maricar. Okay, thank you so much, Maricar. So, it is important to show fairness between classmates and friends. It's because it is our way to build trust, to avoid conflict, and foster respect and values. Okay? How about number 3? How can we be kind and fair in real life? Again, how can we be kind and fair in real life? I want Keith to answer the question. Okay, thank you so much, Keith. And according to him, he can be kind in real life by treating people with respect, sharing equally what he has, and okay, that's all. So before we dive into our main discussion, let me present to you first our classroom rules. Our objectives. Our objectives. We have here at the end of this lesson, I want that 85% of our students should be able to A. Identify the main elements of the legend Maria Makiling. The characters, the setting, the conflict, the plot, and the theme. And later, we will be doing that, okay? Letter B. Present a creative group output that shows understanding of the story. Meaning to say, later on, we will have a group activity. Letter C. Demonstrate appreciation for Philippine legends as part of cultural heritage. And lastly, letter D. Participate, practice kindness, humility, and fairness as reflected in Maria Makiling's character. So are we clear with our objectives? If not, okay, very good. Let's proceed. Okay, the legend of Maria Makiling retold by Dr. Jose P. Rizal. So, it is a story of a diwata who lived in the mountain of Laguna. And it is also one of the most Filipino famous tales that shows people love for nature, kindness, and fairness, and justice as well. So, this story teaches us the importance of being good to others and staying true to what is right. Okay? But before that, let me distribute first our summary of the legend. Okay, I want you to get, all of you can get a copy. Okay? So anyone already got their copies? Okay, very good. Now let's start reading the summary. Okay, are you ready? So, once upon a time, there was a kind-hearted Diwata named Maria Magiling. Okay, who lived in the mountain Magiling. She had a long black hair, twinkled eyes, and a brown skin. She was known for helping people who were in need. So, the Diwata is so helpful to the people who are in need. One day, a poor farmer's children got sick and Maria gave him a bilao of ginger. When he got home, the ginger turned into gold. So what a magic! The ginger turned into gold. From that on, people loved and respected Maria because of her kindness. So from that moment, the people respected Maria for his love for people and for his good heart towards the people. Okay? Next, Maria had three suitors. So, meaning to say Maria has three suitors. They are Joselito, Captain Lara, and Juan. So, Captain Lara is a Spanish soldier who brought her expensive gifts. Okay, Captain Lara is the one who is extravagant. Joselito is a Spanish mestizo who studied in Manila and wanted to go to Spain. And Juan is a simple but hardworking farmer. Maria secretly admired because of his goodness and humility. So, among the three suitors, Juan captures the heart of Maria Magiling. Okay? So when Maria Magiling revealed that she loved Juan, the other suitors become jealous. So knowing that Juan was the chosen one of Maria, so the two other men got jealous. Out of anger, Captain Lara and Joselito made a wicked plan. So out of anger, so nadalasin kasi lang emotion. They planned Juan for warning the Spanish quartel. He was arrested, tortured, and later killed even though he was so innocent. So, ipasingan lang si Juan na siya ang nag-burn sa Spanish quartel. Even though the fact is, he's not the one who do that. Okay? Next is when Maria heard Juan being shouted before his death, she rushed down from her mountain. But she was too late. So upon knowing that Juan screams out the name of Maria, Maria went down to the mountain, and that it was too late, and Juan was already dead. Okay? So Juan was already dead and crying in sadness and anger. So nasuko si Maria. Okay? Maria calls Captain Lara, Joselito, and all men who could not accept failure in love. So out of anger, Maria calls Joselito, Captain Lara, and all the men who could not accept failure in love. Okay, so after that, Joselito become very ill. So nagkasakit umaayos si Joselito, and that Captain Lara was killed during the Filipino Revolution. After that, Maria Magiling disappeared and was never seen again. So nagpalaylo si Maria. Wala na siya nagkita sa mga tao kay nasuko siya. Sige, ipatay ang ayang loved one. Next, do you have any questions about the summary of the story? Okay, if not, we'll proceed to the characters. Okay, but the characters, the plot, are the elements of the story. And the first that we have here is the characters. Are you familiar who are the characters in the legend of Mariam Killing? Good job. I need to say you really listen with our discussion. First character is Maria Makiling. Maria Makiling is a beautiful, kind Diwata who watches over the mountain in Laguna. Okay, she is known for helping the poor and caring for nature with generosity and compassion. Her story teaches the values of kindness, fairness, and respect for others. Okay, next is Juan. Juan is a hardworking and a humble farmer who is sincerely loves Maria. He represents kindness, simplicity, and a genuine intention. Next is Captain Lara. Captain Lara is a wealthy and influential Spanish officer who wants Maria for selfish reasons. He symbolizes power, pride, and greed. Usually, we as humans, if we do things that are for the sake of our own interest, usually we will lead to destruction. Next is the last among the characters is Joselito. Joselito is an educated young man from the town who admires Maria but is easily influenced by wealth and status. He represents ambition and social pressure. Okay. And the setting of the story takes place in the Mount Makiling, particularly in the place in Laguna. It was during the time of Spanish colonization. And the conflict is man versus man. It is when Captain Laura and Joselito become jealous of Juan for choosing Juan over them. They become jealous of Juan's relationship with Maria and accuse of a crime he did not commit. Okay? Next, we'll proceed to our plot. Let's start with the exposition. So the Maria Makiling is a kind and beautiful Diwata who lives in the Mount Makiling and helps the people who is such as turning gender into both. She is loved by the townsfolk and is pursued of three suitors, Captain Lara, Joselito, and Juan, a hard-working farmer she secretly prefers. So naa na jud na siya inaibgan si Maria. So, kung naa na gani, of course, si Juan na to. Next is the rising action. So Maria's suitors remind that she must choose among them. During the full moon, she reveals that she loves Juan. So, jealous and angry, Captain Lara and Joselito plot against him and falsely accuse him of burning the Spanish quarter. So, Juan is arrested and tortured and even lead to his death. Next is the climax of the story. It is when Juan is executed in the plaza for a crime he did not commit. Before dying, he calls out Maria's name. Maria rushes down from the mountain, but tragically arrives after Juan has already dead. So, walang justisya no, kaya ipatay nila si Juan na to think he is so innocent of the crime he did not commit. Next is the falling action. Heartbroken, Maria confronts the crowd. Captain Lara and Joselito flee. So, nanglakaw si Captain Lara and Joselito, but her curse reaches them. Diba kaya nasuko man to si Maria Makiling? So, he cursed the two, Captain Lara and Joselito, and that Captain Lara was killed during the Filipino revolt, and Joselito becomes very ill. Okay? And the last and the plot is the resolution. Maria disappears and is never seen again. So, nilakaw si Maria, nihawa siya sa Ayang Mountain. People believe she still watches over the mountain, and her tragic love for Juan is remembered whenever someone gets lost in Maria's Island. So, mura na kita, no? Ma-remember na ato ka maayo o wala na ta. Pero og naa pasandan ra. So, it is the lesson of the story that we should appreciate what we have. We should not abuse, so that by next time we have still the opportunity to enjoy what we have. Okay? And the theme of this story is, it teaches us that true love is pure and selfless. Kindness brings blessings and jealousy, and hatred leads to destruction. So, love is pure and selfless, like the character of Maria Makiling towards her people, towards Juan. His love is pure and selfless. Unlike Joselito and Captain Lara, who is jealous and angry of the decision of Maria Makiling, and that their jealousy and anger leads to destruction and even to the death of the innocent people, and that is Juan. So, the moral of the lesson, or the lesson of the story is, always be kind and fair to others. Do not jealousy or anger guide your actions. So, human as we are, we should learn how to show kindness and be fair with others. So do not let our emotions dictate our plan, because that negative emotions will redirect to our mind and our hearts, and that it will have a negative impact to our lives. Okay? True love and goodness will always be remembered, just like Maria Makiling's love for Juan. So at the end of the story, ang ilang mahiyumduman is the genuine love of Maria Makiling towards the people and to Juan. Okay, next. Do you have any questions? Clarifications? None. So, allow me to ask you these questions. So, why do you think Captain Laura and Joselito become jealous of Juan? Yes, again. Why do you think Captain Laura and Joselito become jealous of Juan? What did their jealousy lead to? Okay, I want Maricar to answer the question. Okay, very good. Give her a round of applause. According to her, Captain Laura and Joselito become jealous of Juan because Maria Makiling chooses Juan over them. Because Juan is simple, humble, and a hardworking farmer. So what did their jealousy leads to? According to her, their jealousy leads to destruction. That leads to the death of the love of Maria Makiling, who is Juan. Next, number 2, if you're Maria Makiling, what would you do if someone you love was treated unfairly? Yes, I want Kim to answer. Okay, thank you so much, Kim. That was a good answer. So, if she were Maria Makiling, she would do to someone that she loved was to protect and support the one that she loved, and teach a lesson to this person who do unfairly things, the importance of justice, kindness, and fairness. Okay? That was a good answer, Kim. How about number 3? How can we apply the lesson from this story to our own lives as students? Again, how can we apply the lesson from this story to our own lives as students? Okay, I want Mer to answer the question number 3. Okay, thank you for your wonderful questions. A round of applause. So, according to her, she can apply the lesson from the story to her own lives as student by treating people with respect, Okay? By supporting the people you love and by being forgiving and by showing kindness to others. Okay, that was actually a fantastic answers. So, do you have any questions, clarifications? If not, then I assume that you already understand our discussion very well and that I would like you to apply all your learnings through our group activity. In our group activity, it is a role play and entitled If Maria Makiling Were Here Today. I want you to be grouped by two and let's start counting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? For the group 1, you'll be staying here in the right side of the classroom. And for the group 2, I want you to stay here at the left side of this classroom. But before you will go to your group, let me present to you first the scenario of each group. For the group 1, it is the helping hand. So a poor family in your barangay needs food and help after the storm. You remember how Maria Makilings helped the sick farmer. How your group can show kindness and generosity in this situation. Again, for the group 1, the helping hand. A poor family in your barangay needs food and help after the storm. You remember how Maria Makiling helped the sick farmer. How your group can show kindness and generosity in this situation. Okay, that is for group 1. For the group 2, you have here the jealous classmates. So, your scenario is, one of your classmates is jealous because another student always gets good grades. This jealousy starts to cause fights in the classroom. How your group can solve the problem using the lessons of fairness and forgiveness from the legend. Again, for the group 2, the jealous classmate. One of your classmates is jealous because another student always gets good grades. This jealousy starts to cause a fight in the classroom. So, as a group, how your group can solve the problem using the lessons of fairness, forgiveness, and forgiveness from the story. Okay? Do you understand? If not, just ask a question. Okay, you may now proceed to your group. For group 1, stay here. The group 2, stay here. And in the way, I have here the rubrics for group activity. For the content and relevance, you will have 5 points. For teamwork and participation, you have 5 points. For creativity and presentation, you have 5 points. And for delivery and expression, you also have 5 points with a total of 20 points. Okay, your time starts now. You will start planning and that afterwards we will have our presentation. Okay, are you done? May I request the group 1 to please stay in front for you to perform your presentation. Okay, that was a wonderful presentation for group 1. Please give them a round of applause. May I request also the group 2 to please stay in front for you to present your performance. Okay? Okay, very good group 2. That was an amazing presentation. Please give yourselves a round of applause. In that, I want you to congratulate for you have done a good performance for today's discussion. It only signifies that you really understand our discussion very well. Okay. I want you to go back to your own seats for we will have a short quiz. Alright? Okay, I will be distributing here the questionnaires, and all you have to do is read and answer carefully. This assessment is consists of two types. The first one, or the first part, is a multiple choice. You have to do is read the questions and encircle the letter of your best answer. And for the test 2, it is modified true or false. All you have to do is to write true if the statement is correct and false if it is not. Okay? Please get one and pass. Get one and pass. Okay, your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Please exchange with your classmates. Okay. I want everyone that they can read all the questions so that all of you can understand the questions. Let's start reading here, going there, back here, going there. Okay? Let's start. Please read number 1. Okay, thank you so much. And the correct answer for number 1 is letter B. Number 2. Okay, correct. For number 2, the correct answer is letter A. How about number 3? Please read and state your answer. Okay, that's good. And for number 3, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, who got the highest score? Oh, I can see that you really understand our discussion very well and that you got a high scores. So I want you to pass your papers in front. Okay. So do you have any questions? If not, then I will give you an assignment. You may write it down or you just take a picture of it. In a one whole sheet of paper, write a short paragraph consists of 5 to 7 sentences explaining what you would do if you were Mariam Killing. So be sure also to include a clear reason for your actions. And for your scenario, you have here, if you were Maria McKinley and saw someone being treated unfairly, just like one was blamed and punished for something he did not commit, what would you do and why? Defend your answers. And that we have here the criteria for grading your assignment. For the content, you have 5 points. For understanding of the story, you have 5 points as well. For organization, 5 points. And for grammar and mechanics, you also have 5 points with a total of 20 points. So any questions, clarifications? Okay. Thank you so much for that. So, before I end, allow me to leave you this verse based on Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. That says, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ God forgave you. So, human as you are, you should learn how to forgive and show kindness to others. Okay? Kindness is a simple act, yet it has a great change in our lives and for the others. Okay, because we don't know that person is suffering from depression, that person is fighting a silent battle, and that person is going through a hardship. And that, by a simple act of kindness, we give them comfort, encouragement, and hope for the people who are struggling. Next is forgiveness. Okay, forgiveness is a very difficult thing to do, but it's the meaningful act that we can offer to ourselves and to others. Yes, it is normal because we are humans in that we feel sad, angry, and disappointments if someone is insulting us, if someone is hurting us. But we must know how to forgive. Okay? And forgiving someone is is letting go of the negative feelings that drains our peace, that drains our minds, and drains our energy. Okay? So even Jesus prayed to God the Father to Father forgive them for what they because they don't know what they are doing. So even God asked forgiveness. Okay, and that He gave that forgiveness to us through the crucifixion. And also it is evident also in the verses in the Bible that we humans should not hold grudges in our hearts. We should not desire for revenge. We should not put the revenge in our own hands. It's because vengeance is not for us, it's for God. And so, forgiveness and kindness is the greatest or the highest virtue that we can have in ourselves and so for the others. Because kindness and forgiveness brings us to healing, okay, to growing. Kindness and forgiveness heal us, let us grow, and allow us to live peacefully in this world. Okay? Any questions about our discussion? If not, that would be all, and thank you. So before I end, I'd like to thank all the students for participating in our rare discussion. And that, thank you so much for your active participation and for your cooperation. A round of applause to yourselves. Okay, please stand everyone. Okay, goodbye and thank you class. Okay, thank you so much.